Another trading update, and goddamn, we look incredible. Let's get into it. So before we do jump straight into it, I'll give you a bit of an update on what's happening with my schedule with training. And I just want to shout out Big Softy. Now, I've got this little light on top of my camera at the moment, and my camera is my iPhone at the moment. This little light, and it is absolutely incredible. This is not a sponsored ad or anything like that. I still paid for this, but it is insane. So when I'm recording, this is what you would usually see. When I'm recording at work during my lunch break, this is what you would usually see. But now with this Big Softy light, I'll just chuck that back up on there. Absolutely nuts, the difference that I can personally see, and I know you guys can see it too, just while I'm, on the move and stuff. So a little bit more lighting, a little bit better iPhone videos for you on the go. But with that out of the way, let's talk about training. So as you would have seen, the last couple of weeks, I have been getting to training quite a bit, and I really, really enjoy it. I've worked out with my work, because I obviously work full-time. This is not a full-time, Swoop isn't a full-time thing for me. I've worked out with work that on Wednesday mornings from 9 till 12, I'll be at footy training, at the players training, recording, hopefully getting more footage. I'd love to do more player sort of interviews along the boundary if I can. It's pretty hard with just one person, recording, which is me and stuff like that. But I want to do that. I want to maybe do a swooping around as well. So if you're there on next Wednesday, I'd love to see you, love to have a chat with you for the channel. Would be absolutely incredible. So expect more training footage. I'm working on fixing my other camera, so hopefully get a little bit better training footage, because again, everything is recorded off my iPhone 13 Pro, so it will be better, but this is just a new bit of content that I'm going to be bringing to you for the rest of the year, and I'm very, very, very excited. But now, let's talk about what I saw from training. I don't anticipate this is going to be a long video, but training was exciting. I said it at the top of the video, we look absolutely incredible, and I dare say that I don't think there's going to be any premiership hangover. I'm not saying that, oh yeah, we're going to win the premiership, book us in now, we're going back to back, but the boys look fit, the boys look fired up, they just look ready to go, and they're training with an intensity that you would see during finals, in my honest opinion, from what I've seen, during finals training and during this preseason training. They haven't let up, and like I've said many times, with Justin Leppich, Craig McRae at the helm, who have won multiple premierships, and even Bolts when he was at Hawks and stuff like that, these guys aren't going to be letting up and saying that one premiership is enough. They want to create a dynasty at Collingwood, and I honestly think they will. And we are in a great bracket to go ahead and and build up, get the new kids in, and build up with especially with the old guys like Pendle, Sidey, Howe. They don't have a lot of years left in them. You want to win a premiership while we've got this window, and we're still favourites, and we we add Lockie Schultz and stuff like that to the table. So we are training with that finals intensity, which is absolutely incredible. So when you get to training, you're along the boundary, and sometimes the players come up. We had Craig McRae sort of come up and talk to each one of us, which is so nice of him before training started. And him and I had a bit of a chat. He asked me who I thought was sort of shining during preseason, and I mentioned Harry. And he just had so much glowing praise of Harry Di Matteo. It was incredible to sort of hear. And then you see Harry train, and you see that he's, in the match sim, he was starting at the half back, setting up the ground, linking up with Bo a lot. Bo was playing in the midfield, kind of not off a wing, but down that sort of wing area where he can sort of run, use his speed. We saw that a lot last season. But the way Harry is already a leader on the field and setting up the field and setting up the plays out of that sort of quarterback, I can see him playing a handful of games, maybe half a dozen games. I'd love for him to debut, round 0, round 1. That would be incredible. I don't see who he sort of takes out of that team. But I think an early season debut is on the cards for him if he can keep this up, because he looks a good size. He is very, very quick, very exciting, and we can definitely use his talent, especially off that half-back line and coming out of that, and just his IQ and stuff like that. Another guy that I was really surprised with is Lachie Sullivan. I tried to look at the SSP guys a little bit more. We talked about Josh Hare and stuff like that, but Lachie Sullivan, he's in an underwork and his grunt, he just looks like a guy who is just chomping at the bit. He wants that opportunity to prove himself, because at Footscray in the VFL, he's won a couple of best and fairest and stuff like that. He's had a really good story and now he's getting his opportunity. I think he might be that guy that gets the tap on the shoulder. It could be him, Bytel, and Josh Eyre if they choose to take 3 guys instead of holding one over into the mid-season draft. I would love Lachie Sullivan, but I think Bytel did really well in the last couple of weeks. I've seen him at training as well. We've talked about him a lot, but Finn McRae, again on Wednesday, he just showed that he is ready to go. Had, you know, leather poisoning pretty much. They were sort of moving him around. He started in the middle, then he'd go onto a wing, he'd go onto as a half back. So they're just trying out. You know, you see this all the time. Pendles was on a wing as well. You see it all the time during training where they're just trying players in multiple positions because they want to be a chameleon team where if one goes down, another soldier is just ready to go in there and do what they need to do to help the team out. So it's not like, oh, you can only play forward pocket, you only can play on the wing. No, they're doing all of these things to sort of more strings to everyone's bows, which is, you know, been one of my sayings for the last 5 years of this channel. One thing I did notice, however, in the sim matches was Jeremy Howe was getting used up forward a lot. Now, we saw him against Carlton. He kicked those, what was it, three goals in that last quarter to sort of mount any sort of comeback if we were to, you know, come back from that. And his aerial, the dynamic that he has up in the air, his aerial ability is the word I was looking for, is second to none in the AFL. Yes, we love him as a half back, but if we can switch him around as a half forward, we saw it against, did he play it against Brisbane where he sort of nullified a little bit of Harris Andrews in round 22? I think we did, if memory serves me correctly. But I love the idea of swinging Howe up forward if we need to, as opposed to swinging Darcy Moore forward. We've done that a couple of times last season, but I'd rather swing Howe up forward and keep Darcy Moore down back as that intercept defender. The old boys are just getting the job done. Scott Pendlebury looks like he hasn't aged at all. Still Sidebottom came out, said he feels like he's 25 and could play on for as long as his body would let him, and he feels young again. So that's very good news. And he's been smashing it in training. It's the usual culprits, you know, Isaac Quaynor, Joe Richards, I really like. I reckon he's a chance for a sneaky debut as well. You know, Jeremy Howe, Braden Maynard, you know, Braden Maynard's going at about 90%. He didn't really do any sort of contact because he's, yeah, like I said, he's at that 90 sort of percent. But in like 2 or 3 weeks, we should have everyone on the park except for, unfortunately, Dan McStay. So we've got a pretty healthy list, touch wood, going into our season 2024. One guy I do want to mention as well, Lachie Schultz looks, he's deceptively quick. I didn't realize that, how quick he sort of is from what I could see on Wednesday anyway. Keen eye for the ball, can take a really good mark, and yeah, quick as well. So I don't think they're going to play super deep forward. I think he will play off that sort of half forward role, being that sort of link-in player. But I'm very excited to see what Lachie Schultz can bring to the table. But other than that, it was a beautiful Wednesday, and I hope it's nice going into next Wednesday. I can't wait to get back to training. Hopefully bring you a little bit more different footage. I don't want to just keep showing the same sort of footage. So if you have any ideas of what you want to see specifically, or angles or whatever it may be, leave them in the comments below and I'll try my best to bring those to you. But until then, like, comment, subscribe, tell your family, tell your friends, tell your pets, and until next time, double shaggers, I'll see you later.